Omnia Pro. It's Omnia Max on the box. We'll just call it the Omnia Pro. And this is my second attempt to talk about it. The reason it's my second attempt to talk about it is I'm talking about it before I've had a chance to play with it in a live play scenario, which I don't normally do, so it's a little harder to talk about. And I'm talking about it with the looming specter of StrifeX. So I'm going to start there with my initial thoughts about StrifeX. I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited about it for all the reasons that other people are ragging on it. StrifeX could conceivably revolutionize our hobby in much the same way Nexus did when it arrived. Because if you'll all recall, Nexus was an entry point for a lot of younger foam flinging hobbyists. They could go, pick it up off the shelf at Walmart or with the striker at Target and go, this is a lot of fun. What can I do with this? And all of a sudden they got involved with our clubs, they got involved with our internet community, and now those kids are doing neat things. They're making interesting toys. They're enjoying the hobby. And StrifeX serves to do much the same thing, but for the flywheeler. So I want you all to come on a journey with me. Okay? I want you to close your eyes and imagine you are a suburban mom and you're shopping in, let's say, November of this year for your son Timmy's Christmas. And you're pushing the cart along in the aisles of your local Walmart. And Timmy loved Nerf blasters, but he's grown out of them. But you're walking through the aisle, little bit of nostalgia on your own part, and you see StrifeX. One, we all know people think X is cool. God knows Elon Musk thought it was a good idea. And so you look at it and you go, oh, a Strife. Little Timmy had a Strife before he got older and more irritating. Oh, little Timmy, he complained that the Strife didn't shoot hard enough, that the Strife didn't shoot far enough. And here's a box telling you a harder, farther shooting Strife. It's what little Timmy complained about. Suburban house moms are going to buy it. And that's what we need. We need people to buy the new shiny in order for us to get young blood. And regardless of what any of us want to say about the Long Shot, or the Mark III, or Omnia, they don't have the brand rec that Nerf does. And that means Mom's gonna buy the StrifeX, and little Timmy is gonna come to your club. So when little Timmy gets there with his StrifeX, and his excitement to play with you, be nice to your little Timmy. But to get back on topic, let's talk about the kid who's been eclipsed because StrifeX came out. Omnia Pro. So obviously this is another pro level offering from Dart Zone, which is very cool. It has a aesthetic and control scheme that puts you in mind of the FDLs, which is neat. It has a ovicular muzzle, which is cool. And it features a N-Strike style stock attachment, which is becoming increasingly common in the hobby space. Cool beans. It has fire select, single, burst, full auto, and then it's currently in the no fire position. My initial impressions of Omnia Pro when I pulled it out of the box were several things. One, it is a weird noise. These motors are weird loud, and I am not wholly comfortable with them. They kind of sound like somebody's shop vac. But that's nitpicky. I don't love this mag release, but that's because I, as a person, prefer a paddle mag release and to use my offhand. This is fine, it's just not for me. We come to the magazine. The red magazines are about the same consistency that we've come to expect from Dart Zone, and they are fine, even though to get to that 15 round, there's a lot of empty space down here. Talon mags do not seat well into this magazine well. I know someone has already said that you can take the spring from a Nexus adapter and change this. I'm going to have a root around and find a spring that will solve this problem. But this is not okay, Dart Zone. This is the most common magazine in the world for half darts. Why doesn't this securely fit in your mag well? What does fit is the Tachi. The Tachi fits like it was made to go in here. It's stable. You can still pull it out, but it is stable, and it looks pretty good in there, which is neat. Firing this thing is an interesting experience because on single shot, there is a lag. There is a noticeable lag between when I pull that trigger and when it actually fires. That lag is caused by the system that the pusher is using. Instead of having a standard pusher mech, like we are used to, or a belt drive, like we have seen so many places, it has a wheel. That wheel has one paddle on it, and that paddle comes around and pushes the darts into the flywheels. It is a perfectly fine system, but whatever electrical mechanism they have in here that is causing it causes a noticeable amount of lag with single and with the first shot on burst. Conversationally, however, when you go full auto, that lag is much less noticeable. We're already discussing here in the Armory putting together some kind of modified wheel or some kind of electrical assembly that will solve that problem. We just have to open one of these up first, because spoilers, I have not had time to do that. Mag dump. It comes in at about 7 darts a second and at about 150 FPS, which is fine for my local indoor. Not great for my local outdoor, where we cap at 200, but it takes the same cage as the Mark III, which means I don't expect it'll be very long before we see an Omnia Pro with a band blaster cage in it really doing some damage on a competitive field somewhere. It's cool, it's well designed, it is comfortable in the hand, even in my giant cookie crushers. The rev trigger is large enough that you can pull it with 2 fingers, which is very comfortable for like maintaining pressure on it in play. The trigger response is good other than that lag that we talked about. It takes its own proprietary battery, but that proprietary battery is on an XT30, an XT30 connector. The little one. I can't remember right now. It's been a very long day. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's $90. If you want something with select fire in that 150 range, this is a great purchase right now. However, with Strife X coming in October, I would understand waiting. This is not a must-have, but it is a pretty good.